Clinical documentation is the single largest time burden for most physicians. Studies consistently show doctors spend 1 to 2 hours on documentation for every hour of direct patient care. A 2023 study in the Annals of Internal Medicine found primary care physicians spend an average of 4.5 hours per day on electronic health record documentation, and a lot of that spills into evenings and weekends. Clinicians call it pajama time. This burden is a primary driver of burnout. The issue is not that documentation is unnecessary. Accurate records matter for patient safety, care coordination, billing, and legal protection. The issue is that the process is inefficient and repetitive, and it pulls clinicians away from what they train to do, which is care for patients. Ambient AI Scribes are the biggest documentation innovation since electronic health records arrived, and they work in 5 steps. First, recording. With patient consent, the system listens to the encounter through a smartphone, a dedicated device, or a computer microphone. Second, transcription. The audio is converted to text using speech recognition. Third, structuring. The AI picks out the relevant clinical information and organizes it into standard note sections. Chief complaint, history of present illness, review of systems, physical exam, assessment, and plan. Fourth, draft generation. A complete note draft appears in the electronic health record, usually within minutes of the encounter ending. And fifth, physician review. You read it, edit it, and sign it. That last step is not optional. 3 tools show how this plays out. Nuance DAX Copilot, built in partnership with Microsoft, is one of the most widely deployed ambient tools. It integrates directly with Epic and follows each physician's preferred style and templates. Early adopters report saving 7 minutes per encounter, which adds up to over an hour per clinic day. Abridge adds linked citations. Hover over a section of the note and you see exactly which part of the conversation it came from, which makes verification much easier. UPMC, one of the largest health systems in the United States, has deployed it across its physician workforce. Its strengths are medical accuracy, specialty-aware language, and traceability of every generated statement. Suki goes further than notes, adding order entry and coding suggestions, and it works with your natural speech rather than fixed commands. Getting good output starts before the patient sits down. Always inform your patient that an AI system will be listening and explain the recording is used only for documentation. Most patients are supportive once they understand it means you can look at them instead of a screen. Check your microphone setup too, because audio quality directly affects transcription accuracy. Position the device to capture both voices clearly. During the visit, speak naturally. These systems are trained on real clinical conversations, so you do not need to dictate. Say your key findings out loud. For example, lungs are clear bilaterally, no wheezes or crackles. The AI cannot see what you see, it can only document what it hears. Use the patient's name and key identifiers to help it attribute statements correctly. After the visit, always review the generated note. These tools are remarkably good, but they are not perfect. Watch for 4 common errors. Misattribution, where something the patient said gets recorded as your assessment. Missing information that was communicated non-verbally. Incorrect medication names or dosages when pronunciation is ambiguous. And hallucinated details that were never discussed at all. Edit before signing, because your signature means you attest to the note's accuracy. Treat the AI draft as a starting point, not a finished product. One more habit worth building: give the system feedback. Many AI documentation tools learn from your corrections over time and get more accurate for your specific documentation style, so fixing an error once can prevent it repeating. Ambient scribing is not the only documentation task AI can help with. It can draft referral letters when you give it the clinical context. It can turn a complex clinical note into a plain language after-visit summary a patient can actually understand. It can compile information from across a hospitalization into a cohesive discharge summary. And it can draft prior authorization appeal letters that include the appropriate clinical justification language. For work like this, tools such as Doximity GPT or organization-approved instances of ChatGPT or Claude can be genuinely valuable. One firm rule applies: do not put protected health information into non-compliant tools. Check what your organization has approved before you paste anything from a chart into a general assistant. So what does this actually deliver? Organizations rolling out AI documentation tools report a 50 to 70% reduction in documentation time per encounter, better note quality with more complete and structured documentation, higher physician satisfaction and lower burnout scores, more face-to-face time during visits, and notes closed within hours instead of days. The takeaways are simple. Ambient Scribes listen and draft. You inform the patient, speak findings aloud, and review carefully. Your judgment and your signature are what turn a draft into a medical record. Now try it yourself. Head to this lesson on FreeAcademy.ai and use the interactive prompt playground, or paste a documentation task like a referral letter or an after-visit summary into ChatGPT or Claude and see what you get back.